Obviously with the Olympics coming up in 2012, it's kind of perfect timing that a facility like this is going to be available for people to come and try lots of different sports that they'll obviously be seeing in the Olympic Games. So.
We'd like everybody to sign the sheet, please. So if you'd like to...
Commonwealth Games gold medallist Donna Kellogg MBE hit the heights again when she performed a topping out ceremony on the roof of Derbyshire Dales District Council's award-winning new leisure centre. The badminton star and local dignitaries climbed 2 sets of temporary stairs to reach the roof and mark the on-schedule completion on October the 18th, 2010 of the main structural frame at the £12 million development. The ceremony at the site between Matlock and Darley Dale also included the presentation of a cheque for £100,000 to the District Council by the Matlock and Area Recreation and Sports Group, or MARS, which comprises local residents and representatives from sports clubs and community groups. MARS is playing an important role in representing local people on the project and in fundraising. Up on the roof of the all-year, all-weather facility, the last piece of steelwork to be put into the structure was signed by Donna Kellogg and the rest of the intrepid hard hat-wearing group. Coming up, we have interviews with the District Council's Chairman and Deputy Leader, Geoff Stevens, Project Manager for the main contractors, Dobb, and MARS Chairman, Barrie Tipping. First, here's what badminton star Donna Kellogg, who hails from Derbyshire, had to say. So Donna, you've had a look around the site. What are your impressions?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be an absolutely fantastic facility and in a great location here.
What about the view across the valley there?
Yeah, it's amazing. I don't think you're going to get many sports facilities with such great views. So that's just an added bonus to people coming to visit the site here.
We hear about cutbacks. I mean, how important is it that we do actually invest in the future of sport in this country?
Yeah, it's so important that we have really good facilities. Obviously then it was going to attract more and more people to take up sport, and hopefully more and more children will come along to this facility and try lots of different sports, and hopefully they'll find one that's for them and enjoy playing and keep playing, and you never know, hopefully you might get another Olympic athlete from Derbyshire.
Yeah, now you talk about the future, of course, after a distinguished sporting career yourself, you're now coaching. How's that going?
Yeah, really enjoying it actually. I was a little bit... wasn't quite sure at the beginning because obviously I spent so much of my life 24/7 being involved in badminton, but I've actually quite enjoyed giving something back to the sport, and obviously I've got a little bit of respect from some of the younger players, so they actually do listen, which is nice.
And how did it feel actually watching the Commonwealth Games on TV rather than being part of it?
Yeah, I guess it was kind of a little bit strange, but on the other hand, I know that I had such a long career, and I know I absolutely gave my all in those 14 years I was a professional player, and I didn't have any regrets of not being there, which is obviously a good thing, and I really enjoyed being at home watching all the different sports on the TV.
You still regard yourself very much as a Derbyshire girl, do you?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously I had to move to Milton Keynes. It wasn't what I chose to do, but I had to move to there's national centres there, but looking forward to coming back to the area and taking up a little bit of coaching, etc.
And finally, you're going to come back and see this place when it's finished?
Yeah, I can't wait. Hopefully I'll get invited to come back and try out some of the facilities and take up play a few different sports.
Councillor Geoff Stevens, you've just welcomed Donna Kellogg into a fantastic vista right onto the top of the roof here, and it's probably the first and the last time we'll be able to do that.
Yes, I've really enjoyed this morning. I'm not very good on heights normally, but I was determined I was coming up here, and because it really gives you an impression what a wonderful site this is, and what a marvellous centre it's going to be. It's going to be something very different.
I know that this is still a hard hat area, obviously we can't get the public in here yet, but that is being planned I think for February, and that will be impressive, won't it?
Absolutely, yes. We do want to involve them and get them looking around so they can really see what's being provided here, because as I said earlier, it's not just a local leisure centre, it's going to be something much more than that, and I think as a town we are very lucky to be having this built within our town.
And you still think it's going to be a great boost for business as well?
I do indeed, yes, I do indeed. I do think it will draw people from a very wide area, and that's certainly what we're hoping for, and we're going to promote it to make sure that happens.
My name's Dobb, I'm Project Manager for Morgan Sindall.
Well, here we are at the Topping Out, Lee. I think what you should explain to start with, what is a topping out?
Well, it's supposed to signify the completion of the main structure of the building, so actually when the last highest beam's placed in the structure, that's the point when you actually completed that phase, and it's always been a landmark in the construction industry, so it's something to celebrate.
And also we're on schedule, which is also something to celebrate, I think.
Yeah, no, we're still on programme to finish in summer 2011, so no, all going to plan at the moment.
And what about the actual project as a whole? Is it quite a challenge, this site?
Oh, it is. The site itself is some 7 acres. It's obviously quite sloping, etc. It's got quite a large natural habitat, so it's certainly a challenge, but also very interesting. So, no, it takes some getting used to, but no, we're enjoying ourselves working in the Derbyshire Dales.
And even, 6 months away from completion, we've also already won an award. That's a great achievement, isn't it?
No, it is. To say that the whole site is a landfill site, and the fact it's been remediated to such a standard that, we've won an award, and that's the top award in the country this year. So, no, that's a real bonus for everybody involved, really.
I know you'll be concentrating on the structure, but you can't help but have noticed the view from time to time. Is it sort of quite spectacular in terms of the things that you've done in the past?
No, it's certainly the nicest backdrop to any site that we've ever had. Most sites now are brownfield sites, so city centres, demolishing buildings, but no, this is really something quite different, and it's really quite inspirational at times.
So we've done the topping out. Tell us what happens from now on in.
Well, really, it's all about progressing with the internal finishes. Now the roof structure's actually in place, we'll start to enclose the facade, and as you can see, the pool's well underway. So it's really getting the whole inside of the building completed, as soon as possible. So.
And I think February we're talking about open days. You'll be looking forward to showing it to the general public, won't you?
Oh no, exactly. It'd be good for people to see exactly, what their centre's going to incorporate. And I think there's been a little bit of people, maybe apprehensive about the old scheme, and it will really bring other people on board. So it's been all positive feedback at the moment, and that's what we want to hear.
Barrie Tipping, Chairman of the Matlock Area Recreation and Sports Group.
We spoke before, Barrie, on this very site, and things have moved on incredibly, haven't they?
Oh, it's tremendous. The roof's on, it's going to be watertight by Christmas. Everything's going at an absolute treat. And when you get in there and see the size and the amount of work that's been done by Modern Symbol, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
You'll be looking forward to the open day, which I think is planned for February, so that more people can see what's going on here. Yeah,
well, I look forward to every time I can get around here now. The weather today has been kind to us, but if it had been sunny and people had actually seen the vistas that we've seen and can see what it's going to be come summer 2011, brilliant. And I'm looking forward to that open day when we actually come and cut that cord and everybody can jump in the pool.
You're already playing your part as an organisation, because £100,000 cheque today, and I understand that's probably only the start.
Yeah, that's about half what we've raised. But we're still raising. We're still out there looking for people to donate funds for the pool. I'm not saying that we need the money, but it will just add a few tinks and bells and twists to the end product.
And you've talked about consultation in your speech there. How important has that been?
Well, every meeting we've had, and we've had them monthly, or bi-monthly, depending on when there was a need. But we've been involved in the consultation. We're involved with Jonas Drivers. We've been involved with Morgan Sindall. So every time there's been a need, David Brooks and the District Council have been very, very good on consultation. They've listened to us. Yes, as I said, we've had one or two fallouts, which is understandable. We've all got our own opinions. And they've listened to us, and they've amended or not, as the case may be. But it's been very, very good. And for a small district council like Derbyshire Dales to have this sort of project, there's very few councils in the country of this size that could have done it. But they have done it. The Doubting Thomases have been put away.
And you're confident come next summer that this will be something that local people want?
I think it's something the local people will use. I think it's something the visitors will use. I think it will attract visitors. People will come for swimming competitions here on a national basis, and they will see what the Dales has got to offer, and they will come. They'll come in their droves, I'm certain.